Welcome back to another video with your favourite YouTuber, Georgie Boy, in for pull. Now I recorded the other rotation of pull, which was my hip hinge. Today is the hip hinge day, so it's a big day for me, as I always say on my channel. It's just one of those days where you get into the gym and it's like, okay, we need to fucking switch on here. Because you can't just go walking into this and just expect to hip hinge and do very well. It's a different mindset, and it's probably the one exercise that gets me, other than the Cybex hack, get me very anxious. So I'm looking forward to it, but I've learned to thrive off that sort of anxiety prior to a session rather than feeling scared about failing and stuff like that. Just starting off on the Stairmaster, just get some blood flow into the legs. And obviously stiff legs incorporate a lot of hamstrings, glutes, so just a little bit of blood in there. Doesn't do anything bad, what I'm talking about. I've only got one set, and I'm resting either side of my pull day at the moment, so the stiff leg needs to go fucking well for this session to go good. If it doesn't, I'm gonna be fucking pissed off and you're gonna know about it. Then we got the neutral grip pull down, prime row, gym shop single arm pull down, really like that machine. Then we got into a rear delt fly, seated dumbbell curl, and a single arm rope curl as well. And then we go into a lat stretch to finish off with. So big session, head needs to be switched on. There might be some changes over the next week in terms of when I'm starting prep, but I will go through that. But it's coming around very quickly, and it might come around even quicker. So you need to be following this channel. You need to be following what I'm doing, because we're fucking bringing it this year. And today's a big day. So every session, I say it every time, every session counts now for me. Every session. So let's fucking do this, Georgie Boy. Come on, lad. Nuts. Is well and truly in the game. Let's fucking do this.
Let's talk about facts and works. Your boy mash no works. Talk about guns, we on that work. Never. And to make shit worse, I got all five, that's real blood first. He got zinged and he got burst. Next outcome getting put in the dirt. Dead boy. How the fuck are they king of this? How? When none of them's king in shit. Pussies.
Just gonna get the upper back warm. A little bit of lat work. Get some core engagement as well, so I'm gonna do like a minute plank. Just little things that can make a minor difference. It's not something that you need to do, but for me, probably the biggest thing that I've suffered with in the past is a weaker core, which is why I've had lower back issues. I had a bruised lumbar spine. Sounds technical. Basically, it's just from where I wasn't really using much of my abdominals. I was overcompensating on my lower back. Little things now like breathing, focus on actually bracing for my midsection rather than just my chest. Doing little things like planks, stuff like that to get that far in has made a massive difference. I'm 6 minutes now on a plank. 6 fucking minutes. But it's helped though massively. This is easy for me now. At first I used to massively struggle. Now I can do it as a breeze. I'm actually today resetting my stiff legs because I spoke to Jack the other day, he watched me, and he said, what is that? And I was like, I don't know, it's like a mix between like a deadlift, a stiff leg, and an RDL. I don't know what the fuck it is. I'm actually gonna do dead stop today. Thinking about it, like if you are doing a stiff leg, you probably should do it dead stop, which I'm not used to doing. Like I'm so good at controlling the weight. When it comes to the dead stop, I never do it. For whatever reason, I don't know why. And it turns into more of like a hamstring glute exercise rather than my posterior chain. My lower back in general. So that's my plan of action today. I'm gonna get Jack to watch me because I always value his feedback and he's always honest with me as well. Can't be dealing with people beating around the bush. Feels pretty good. When the headphones come out and I listen to music, it's on. Warm-up wise, so we're gonna try and work on 180s today. Ideally, I'll start off with the bar, then 60 kilos, 100 kilos. Depending on how it's feeling, might go 120, 140, 160, 180. Just taking my time, allowing myself plenty of time when it comes to warming up. There's no like pressure to do a certain amount. If you want to do 2 warm-up sets, do 2 warm-up sets. As long as it's feeling good and you're ready to go. Because remember, I've got one opportunity today, so I need to make sure that everything is fucking spot on. Just a quick one on filming yourself. Obviously, a lot of people are I don't know, a little bit intimidated to record themselves in the gym, especially if you have lesser sort of training experience, you're new to the gym. And the way I would see or overcome that is, like in here, nobody gives a fuck. It's all in your head. The amount of times I used to wind myself up thinking, oh, he's thinking about me recording. Realistically, my man is not going to go home thinking about fucking you recording in the gym. They don't give a shit. It's all in your head. But the way I would see it is, this is your own progress. This is your time. Simple investment like this to record yourself, see what you're doing, can go so far. So at the end of the day, look at it as you are learning. You're learning how to train properly. You're looking at yourself, and it's self-development. Not, oh, everyone else is worrying about me doing this. Fuck that. Stop thinking about everyone else and start doing it for you. And once you start doing that, you just get the tripod out and you just fucking record yourself. So don't be afraid to record, especially if you're new in the game, record yourself. Understand how you train properly, because you visualize it in your head. You always visualize how you perform stuff. But I promise you, 99% of the time, it looks completely different on camera. And way for you to learn, and if you want to take this seriously, you should be recording yourself in the gym, 100%. So it's just bracing I need to work on a little bit there. I can do that. Brace, 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 brace. This is big, Georgie boy. Come on, man. You have to pull well. One working set, mate. That's all it is. It's one fucking set, boy. You fuck it, you're fucked. So don't fuck the set. Disappointed in that. I've only got one set programmed in on that. Sometimes I feel like I want to do fucking more when it's shit. With the deadlifts, you notice that I use a belt. Often people say don't use a belt because not using your lower back or whatever, but one, I don't think that's technically true, because there's some fucking great bodybuilders out there that use a belt and have amazing erectors, amazing backs in general. The thing that I look at it as is, it just helps me brace. So rather than think about my lower back, I'm thinking about, can I actually brace my stomach against the belt? Because what we often try and do with a deadlift is we're bracing for our upper back, where we're kind of missing the piece in the puzzle with our core. We're bracing for our legs, we're not bracing through here, then we're bracing through here. So learn to actually, when you take a breath in, you're expanding your stomach. Something that I struggled with massively when I went to an osteo. He told me to practice breathing, but just let my stomach expand rather than my chest. And at first I couldn't do it. So now what I do when I'm just standing here, I take a breath in, I just let my stomach expand and build up loads of tension and air in there. So I'm kind of, you know, the puzzle is, I've got my puzzle, piece of the puzzle with my fucking legs, piece of the puzzle here, and then I've completed the puzzle by bracing through here as well. Don't be missing things out of the puzzle. It's just elbows down to hips. Spend some time with both the end range, both end ranges. Okay. Don't just go through the motions with your warm-ups, yeah? Have a purpose. This is my final warm-up set. I need to make sure for the working set, it goes fucking right. As you can see, I'm not happy through that fucking deadlifts. And some guy in the gym pissing me off, boy. Fucking shut up. Yeah, fuck you. 7 to beat. I've got 9 in me, 100%. It's fucking 9 there. clearly. I got a lot of shit for explaining how to connect your lats on a pull down off a load of TikTokers. Just come show me your muscle. Show me what you look like. You won't. If you look better than me, you probably don't. So shut the fuck up. So I'm so angry today, ain't I? So angry. Just chill out, George. Enjoy the session. Counting that last one, don't give a fuck. Loudest cunt in the gym, Jack Forburn. Love it. He gets a load of hate for that. Watch the Q&A. Here's a few words for some people in that. Just a little thing or little tip for machines. Always write down like the setup of it, because I'm 5'6", someone who's 6'1", the setup's going to be completely different in terms of the seat position and the chest pad. So when you come in next time, you're not faffing about trying to find out what the fuck you're doing. You just write, that's at pin number 3, this is at pin number 4. I know that already just because I've done it and I've logged it. Instead of changing the seat position, all of a sudden the row gets easier for you, or you're hitting more of your upper back than your mid back. You know, little things like that. Just try and keep it as consistent as you can, and then your progression is going to be consistent. Eight to beat. We get 10. That again. $11. Got one more than I thought. It's good. That was a hard set. That last one I was just like, fucking go for it, George. Sometimes it sounds so hippie, yeah, but I quite like it in my head. When I'm like getting closer to failure, I'm like, okay, that's 3rd place. I get another rep, okay, that's 2nd place. That's 1st place. And then when I go for that final rep just then, I'm like, right, that's the overall. And it might sound a bit stupid, it makes me push myself, right, I'm fucking going for it because I want to go for the overall, you know? Coming towards the end of the main back work now. Just think about accuracy. As you're starting to fatigue, the more control you want over weight. It's easy just to use momentum or stretch reflex. I think JP said this, like imagine grabbing hold of, like, your muscles are trying to grab hold of every single muscle fiber. So as you start to fatigue, the more accurate you want to be rather than just moving weight. Because we can all move weight, you know, it's easy. I could just fling this down right now. Is that going to make me a better bodybuilder? Probably not. So be accurate. And hopefully you'll see that through my content, you know? 1 count in the length and range. Just that little assistance at the end, just to get it short, so then I can just own the eccentric, because what we need to remember is obviously muscle fibers broken down the eccentric portion of the lift. Not controlling the eccentric, you're missing out of a pretty important part of the lift. So just that little assistance there, especially as I'm fatiguing now. Trying to get it short, as you can see, was very hard there. Just a little assistance on my own. Lats are fucked after that. Lats are toasted. Always start with your weaker side. For some reason I got 8 on one side, 9 on the other, which is going to happen. You know, you do have imbalances. 1 rep I'm not bothered about, but if you're doing like 5 on one side, 9 on the other, I'd take into consideration something's going wrong there. Little supine of the wrist. So instead of holding it like that, just a little bit of that, yeah? Lats toasted. Really like that. Kind of let my arms almost like hooks. So just hook it over the handles and just think about keeping the elbows to the corners of the room. So I'm aiming for that corner, aim for that corner. I'm not thinking about bringing it back. That's how you hit your rear delts. This is the best reverse pec deck and just general pec deck in the fucking country, 100%. Another thing I do as well is I square up to this fucking thing here, like I'm about to nut it. Don't know why, just having my head slightly forward takes the tension off my traps. It feels like it takes the tension off my traps and allows me to isolate my rear delts a little bit more. Fucker. Oh. 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 That is my favourite bicep exercise, Jesus Christ. It's just that I try and think about when I'm in this position, like retracting, just letting my arms like naturally just hang. And then from there, all I'm thinking about is just almost dragging the weight rather than bringing my elbows forward. I just try and think about keeping it fixed and just doing this movement here. Fuck me, like your biceps feel like they're about to burst. Do this exercise, try it, see how you feel. Fucking hell. I haven't connected like that with my biceps in ages. It's annoying because I rest either side of this session. Yeah. So when it comes to stiff legs, I only got 1 set. And it's like, if it goes shit, I'm like, fuck's sake, I want to do more.
Just take it again?
Yeah, I want to, but again...
What's happened with it?
I mean, well, today was okay because I tried to do like dead stop just because because I don't know what it is, like a hybrid between like a stiff leg, deadlift sort of thing. Yeah, I've got it.
Hip position needs to be a little bit higher. But then again, if your hip position's higher, which it needs to be here, that's where you're getting knee flexion. If your hip position's higher, do you have the length of your arm to be able to pull straight from the floor? If you don't, you may need that little half-inch mat. It might be even that much of a difference. If you don't have the leverage, if you don't have the levers to do it like this, then what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
The whole point is to keep a stiff leg. If you need to fucking bend at the knee to get your height to be able to pull the floor, it's not a stiff leg anymore, is it? So you need to take consideration length of this in comparison to the length of your fucking leg.
Okay.
We can't look at people that are built for pulls like fucking Rhea, for example.
Yeah.
When Rhea does a deadlift, mate, it's like she's here and she's pulling.
Yeah.
When I do a deadlift, I'm fucking here.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe I'll try the little mat then. Yeah.
You get in position, but then to pull off the floor, you drop your hip down, and as soon as you drop your hip down, the knees travel forward with your hips.
Yeah, I'll do that next time. I'll do a little block. Thank you. Oh, that last fucking rep, Jesus. That felt really good. So it's almost kind of like the analogy of a walnut. So imagine you've got a walnut and you're trying to crack it between the creases of your elbows. That's it. I have my elbow, I always liked, you'll notice a lot of my bicep movements, I have my elbow fixed behind me just so I can stay in a sort of range of motion which allows me to take away from just using my anterior delt. So yeah, really like that actually. Last fucking set, finish on rep number 13. I think that's bad luck. Let's do one more. 14. Can't finish on 13, fuck that. I'll drive home and I'm fucking probably die in a car crash now. Fuck that shit, ain't risking it. Right, posing with Jack. Don't know if this will be included in the video, by the way. Depending on how I look. Summarise the session. Stiff legs I was happy with in the sense that I reset it in a more of a dead stop fashion. However, speaking to AJ, I just sent my stiff legs to AJ to set, and he said that obviously, and the same as what Kuba said, because my limb length is quite short, my arms are very short, the first thing I initially want to do on a stiff leg is knee flexion. And even just me thinking about it now, if I want to remain in a stiff leg, then I'm going to be rounded like this, and it's not a great way to pull off the floor. So what I'm going to be doing next time is I'm going to try it with a block, so like a block like this big, that just will allow me to keep my hips high and not create that knee flexion, because then it will turn into like, I don't even know what it will turn into. Or AJ said maybe we can look at adding in an RDL where we can maybe protect that a little bit, because he said if I diet down, I might find that my mobility getting into that stiff leg might be better. So we're going to see what happens. If I need to go to an RDL, I will, but I'll stick with the stiff leg at the moment because I really enjoy it. The rest of the session was pretty much progressed. Everything went up by either 1 or 2 reps. Obviously, this is the second time I've done this rotation now, so I do it every 9 days. So still the novelty of getting used to new exercises, new split, and being in a new environment. I'm still able to build momentum with that, and I'll probably expect that to probably slow down. Now, in terms of what we're going to do moving forward, I've got AJ. Today's Wednesday, 2nd of March. AJ is going to be looking at me on the 4th, on the Friday, and then he's going to make a decision as to whether we start prep next week or we still continue with the plan and try and aim for about 3 or 4 weeks time. The reason being is right now my scale weight isn't climbing. Like, I look back at my data, I'm 182 pounds back in October. I haven't gained weight since then, so it's like, what the fuck am I doing right now? So what we are potentially thinking is maybe going into my contest prep, having a little bit more time to get ready early. And as long as I don't fuck it up, which I promised to you guys, I promised to AJ that I'm not going to be fucking up this prep like I did last time by doing more cardio, more this, more that. I'm going to be sticking to the plan, and that will give us more opportunity to take more diet breaks, maybe reverse our food, and bring a better package than what I did, because I spent half the fucking year losing muscle during my 19-week prep. So that may be the plan of action, but I'll keep you updated in that grand scheme of things. But at the moment, I've still got at least another week of being in my off-season. So we just continue building upon this momentum that I've done so far, getting stronger and finishing this off-season on a high. So that's pretty much it, guys. A really good session. Did some poses with Jack afterwards. He said I was leaner, which were compared to where I was 2 weeks ago, and I'm heavier. So I think the introduction of GDAs that I've implemented last week now has definitely paid off in terms of the way I look, the way I feel as well, and how my digestion is. So I'm excited, and I think I'll be pushing the lightweights this year in terms of scale weight, which will be interesting. I don't want to be a middleweight bodybuilder, and there's no way in how I'll be good in it as a middleweight, but I'll be interested to see where my scale weight lands this year, because I definitely think I'll be pushing that 154 sort of mark, which when I think back in 2019, I was 145. 144 is my lowest. You know, if I can build 5 pounds at least, 6-7 pounds of muscle in 2-3 years as a natural, I think that's pretty impressive. So I can't wait to showcase that. In the meantime, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Please leave a like, subscribe if you're new around here, comment down below phone if you watched the whole thing. I'll see you guys in the next one.